What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, that guy, my high, tuning back in for another reaction. This time we got the 8 most disturbing things caught on doorbell cameras footage. And you already know, people be catching some crazy wild things. There be some weird people just trying to pull up on people's houses. And again, you wouldn't believe it if it wasn't caught on camera. So, it's a good thing that you got these doorbell cameras and shit installed. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go get you one if you don't got one. I'm just saying. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what people have caught on their doorbell cameras now. Let's go. Kind of weird ass clown costume with a sawed-off shotgun.
This first video was captured in the middle of the night in an apartment complex located in Toledo, Ohio. The doorbell footage shows a man knocking on the front door with what looks like a firearm in his waistband. Now, the owner of the apartment didn't recognize the man, so she would question who it was. The unknown man would simply respond with, "It's me." The homeowner would then further question his response, but rather than clarifying, he would simply give a wave through the front door.
Me.
This, however, would not be enough to get the homeowner to open it, so he would ultimately walk off. Disturbingly, as he does so, a second man pops up from a nearby dumpster and also walks off.
He said, like, it's ain't even worth it no more. What kind of weird ass shit? Oh yeah, they was
This would be the end of
in that
it.
shit.
The two would then walk around to the back door where they would attempt to pick its lock. The police were called, and when they arrived, the two were gone. Fortunately, unsuccessful in getting the door open. It's not 100% clear what the two men had planned. The almost empty-looking backpack of the first guy suggests they had planned to rob the place, but it's also possible they had much worse intentions. The two of them have yet to be identified by police.
That's crazy. People are weird, bro.
In May of 2018, a woman would leave her parked car that was just outside her house
many
unlocked
hustles out here you
overnight.
can get into. And people
Not surprisingly, someone would find the unlocked car and proceed to steal multiple items that were owned by the woman. A few hours later, the man responsible for the theft would be caught on the woman's doorbell camera attempting to use her set of keys that he had just stolen to unlock her house's front door.
Oh, but you can't figure out which one it is.
This all took place while the house owner was home and sleeping, but luckily the set of keys he had stolen didn't have a house key on it, so the guy just ended up walking off. Had the set of keys contained a house key, things most likely would have ended much differently.
Yeah, definitely. And even if he had stolen one with the house key, as long as
This
she would have
doorbell
went
camera
changed her
footage was
lock,
captured in Overland Park, Kansas in March of 2017. Shown in the video is a nearby active house fire. The home of the neighbor just across the street has been completely engulfed in flames. As the fire department arrives, neighbors can be seen desperately moving their parked cars away from the house. Eventually, a flaming piece of debris can be seen falling and landing on a set of bushes just in front of the camera.
Oh shit.
The bushes quickly burst into flames. The fire starts spreading quickly, but before it's able to get out of hand, a neighbor notices it and attempts to put it out. He grabs a garden hose and sprays the fire while pressing the house's doorbell. However, the owner of the house isn't home and frantically tries to communicate this through the doorbell speaker.
Hello, yes, I'm not there. Please put that out for me, please. I'm on my way.
Your house on fire.
Yeah, I know, I'm on my way.
That's somebody talking.
Somebody's in the house right now. Somebody's in the house right now.
In the end, the fire department would be able to put out the house fire. and with the help from the neighbors, prevent it from spreading to nearby houses.
Damn. That's crazy. That shit came from across the
On a
fucking
night in September of
next
2021,
block and shit.
the
Fucking
homeowner would get a suspicious knock on his door at about 3 in the
set some
morning.
bushes on fire. Like,
Upon opening his
golly.
phone and looking at his doorbell camera, he would see two what looked like teenagers identifying themselves as CPD, or Columbus Police Department.
Bro, they're bad. They're not good at their jobs.
CPD, open up. We need to ask you a couple questions.
The video shows the man in the front clearly holding a firearm, and the house owner would eventually access the doorbell camera's speaker to further question him.
Can I help you?
CPD, we need to ask you a couple questions.
I'm sorry?
CPD, we need to ask you a couple questions. May you please step to the front door, please?
Why he trying to be all proper and shit?
CPD.
Yes, this is CPD. We would like you to step to the door, please.
Can I see a badge?
We would like you to step to the door, please, sir. I don't have to show you my badge, sir.
The man refuses to show a badge because, well, obviously he doesn't have one.
Right.
The homeowner knew what was going on, so rather than stepping to the door, he would call the real police department and report 2 armed men at his front door. After a couple of minutes, the two would once again attempt to get the homeowner to open the door. But after that failed, they would run off before the real police could show up.
CPD, open the door.
The two were most likely just looking to rob the man when he opened
Right.
the door.
I was saying, I mean,
But,
but you
it's
can see
possible they
through
had
that
worse
shit
intentions
so
in mind.
motherfucking bad. Like,
There's
they're
no
not
way of
even
knowing for
good
sure.
at it, bro. They was
Both of them
terrible
were
at
never
it.
identified by police.
As soon as you saw the camera, you should have just left.
This footage was captured in
Criminals are
Colorado
dumb
in the
these
middle
days,
of the
bro.
night.
Oh,
The video shows
shit.
3 mountain lions appearing from the darkness and starting to walk around a set of houses. They were captured, even going as far as to walk up onto the porch of one of the houses.
It was hungry though. That's probably it. That shit's cool.
Mountain
Man.
lion
It was,
sightings
it's
are
not
known to be
cool to catch
exceptionally
that,
rare
but
in
it'd
this
been cool to
specific
catch
area.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Typically, they'll stay a lot further in the mountains where they have easier access to the deer that they prey on. To see them in an area with a lot of people, especially a neighborhood, is not at all common, at least in this area.
Not when
The 3
I'm
cats
sure
would
that
eventually walk
neighborhood is
off.
probably invading
But
some
there's almost no doubt things would have gone
space and,
differently had one
you
of
know,
these homeowners
habitat
left
that
their
was
pets
once
outside for
theirs.
the night.
Just
Or
saying.
possibly were even outside themselves. Shown in this doorbell camera footage is an unknown man wearing an oddly disturbing mask. As he
These
walks up to the
criminals
door,
are so
his motion alerts the
dumb.
camera
They
to
do
start
not
recording.
understand that these-
And that's when you can see him grab the door handle, realize it's locked, and hesitantly knock on the door.
He saw the camera. He's like, "Oh, let me knock and act like I'm."
The man would wait for only a few seconds before he would pull his sleeve over his hand and wipe off his fingerprints from the door handle before walking off. Around a minute later, the homeowner would come to the door and now see the man across the street sitting in a car. When she yelled out to him to see what he wanted, he would quickly speed off. The homeowner would later state that she had no
Wow.
idea who this man could have been or what he was doing there.
People are dumb.
But the fact that he removed his own fingerprints from the door handle suggests that he had most likely given them to the police at some point. It's not completely unreasonable to conclude that this man had some sort of criminal record.
Most definitely.
Something else of note is the somewhat heavy object that can be seen weighing down his front pocket. It's not clear what this is, and more importantly, it's not clear who this man is. The mask would ultimately make it impossible for police to identify both the man's identity and his intentions.
I'm almost done.
This doorbell footage was recorded just before 4 a.m. on a night in August 2020. The video captures an unidentified man walking in front of a house and emptying a gas container over the yard and front porch. Shortly after he disappears off screen, a large fire erupts just in front of the camera.
Whoa. Either it's a pissed off
No
lover
one
or a
would be
pissed
injured
off
during the
baby
incident.
daddy.
However,
Okay,
unfortunately,
let's
2
try it.
houses and a vehicle would be damaged. The homeowner would claim to have no idea who could be responsible, or who would even consider doing this to them. At least from an outside perspective, the act looks completely random, with seemingly no reason behind it, making the clip all the more unsettling.
That's so crazy, bro. Hopefully nobody was in
A
there. I just
homeowner in
missed that
Texas
'cause I
would
never
wake
came
up one
into
morning to
that.
find the gate into his backyard wide open. Curious, the man would review the cameras he had around his house. And this is the sight he was met with.
Oh, he's got a knife. I thought it was like in that very first
A
clip.
man
I thought it
holding
was
a
a little, like,
knife and in a
sawed-off
clown
shotgun or something, but
costume,
it's a
complete with a
knife.
suit and
Yeah, it's
mask,
kitchen
casually
knife.
walks around the property, looking inside the house and testing all the doors.
If I would have seen some shit like that, I'm telling you, I would have went out there, boom, shooting, asking questions later. I don't even care. I don't care why you're here. I don't care why you're doing it. Shooting and asking questions later. Trespassing.
This would all, of course, take place in 2016, during that sort of killer clown craze that went on for a few months. Looking back, most people that participated in that were most likely just having fun trying to scare people. But there's no denying that others took advantage of the situation, genuinely attempting some pretty horrible crimes hidden under a clown mask, with this likely being one of those cases. It's clear the person in the costume is actually trying to break into the house with a knife. Though, after being unsuccessful, the clown would eventually walk off, and despite a police report, that would be the end of it. Ultimately, the homeowner would be left with nothing but this disturbing footage.
That's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Like I don't even know how to comprehend that. Like, like you know what I'm saying? That's... Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comments below. What was the weirdest, creepiest situation out of that whole little conglomerate of doorbell camera videos caught? And yeah, let's talk about it. You dig what I'm saying? I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.